All right, good Friday afternoon, everyone. If you're just now joining us, please click that like button, comment where you're from, comment what kind of weather you've been seeing over the last few days. I know there's been this constant heavy rain, thunderstorms, big tornadoes out in Texas. There's a tornado this morning down there in the Fort Smith, Arkansas area. So we need to stay up on the weather over the next few days as this continuous train of impulses comes through the pattern and sparks this overnight convection out here in parts of Texas and Oklahoma, Kansas, Colorado, kind of forms into a big MCS throughout the night and just plows its way through the plains and heads towards the Mississippi River as we go through towards early morning. And that's what's going to happen again tonight. So one thing too, if you see our posts on Facebook, as you're scrolling, please make sure you're interacting with them, because if you don't, you scroll past them. That basically tells Facebook you don't want to see any of our content, and it kind of buries our content. You're not going to stay up on the weather here and stay informed as what's going on over the next few days. Okay, so like I said, please smash that like button, comment where you're from. That help out greatly. All right, let's get right into the latest severe weather outlook here. I'm going to show you actually the satellite picture here to show you kind of what's going on across the United States. There we go. All right. So here is the first system that came through. Let me stop this. Here's the first system that came through last night. This developed out here in Colorado, parts of New Mexico, Texas. I'm sure you've seen some videos of huge tornadoes out there towards Texas here last night or yesterday, and yesterday evening, that is. And then here, so there's the first impulse that's moving its way through. There's actually tornado watch and stuff out right now for parts of southern Illinois into parts of Kentucky as of right now. And there's a little bit of severe weather up into the northeastern parts of the country here. Let me put this back in motion, because here is the next system right in here. And this is going to be tracking towards the south or southeast here, and it's going to spark some big storms out here again tonight, and then those are going to be rocketing east-southeast as we go throughout the night. So basically, wash, rinse, repeat, and that's what's going to happen again this evening. And then as we go towards Saturday, there's another impulse back here in parts of Nevada. As well. That's going to start coming out as well and kind of link up with another piece of energy coming out of the northern plains as well. So that's going to be Saturday night into Sunday, and then possibly late Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, another impulse went through, and more severe weather going forward. Okay, so let's get into the latest from the Storm Prediction Center. Alrighty, here is the latest update from the Storm Prediction Center. This is at 11:30 or so today. So slight risk of severe weather all the way through parts of Kentucky. So Memphis, Denver, even back toward Denver, Oklahoma City, Nashville, Tulsa. This goes until for the rest of today, into tonight, into early tomorrow morning as well. There's a little slight risk area up here into the northeast around Massachusetts. As well. So, but enhanced risk back here towards Lubbock again, Pueblo, Colorado, Clovis, New Mexico, Plainview, Texas, Liberal Kansas, that is, with these enhanced risk areas back in here. So those are going to be primarily damaging winds and hail with a few tornadoes as well. There's a little bit more of an enhanced tornado risk out here towards the Ohio Valley today as well. So that is basically why there's an upgrade back here and upgrade back here too. So Colorado, Eastern Plains here, back here towards Texas into Eastern New Mexico, Panhandle, Oklahoma, Southwestern Kansas, 5 to 9% chance of a tornado. Let me get that banner off so you guys can see. All right. 5 to 9% probability of a tornado within 25 miles on any given point. Same here out here in far northeastern Arkansas, southeastern Missouri, parts of Kentucky, Tennessee, southern parts of Illinois. Those are the bullseyes for possible tornadoes today. And then anywhere in the green, 2 to 4% probability of a tornado within 25 miles on any given point. And doesn't matter what the risk is here. Parts of Arkansas was in the 2 to 4% probability last night into early this morning. And there was a tornado that went through parts of Fort Smith area earlier this morning. Okay, so here's the wind risk, big wind risk possible as these MCS clusters of storms basically form over the Rockies down here towards the southern plains and start blasting east. That's where we're going to get some straight line winds. So 60 to 75 mile per hour winds possible all the way from Colorado, eastern New Mexico, all the way through parts of the southeast into Alabama, maybe Georgia, Tennessee, and Kentucky for the rest of today into tonight and to early tomorrow morning. Here's a significant risk here for hail back here into Colorado, parts of Kansas, Oklahoma, and western Texas here. And in the hatched area, significant hail is possible greater than 2 inches in diameter, which are basically lime size, possibly upwards of baseball size, maybe a little bit larger than that out here towards the high plains, basically of Texas, southern plains of Texas into Oklahoma and up here towards Colorado as well. So we make our way into Saturday, and there has been a risk upgrade for parts of the South here. So Birmingham to Tuscaloosa, Hoover, Alabama, over towards just north of Jackson, Mississippi, I believe, just south of Memphis here. There's an enhanced risk there. Slight risk, Dallas, Memphis, Fort Worth, Charlotte, Nashville, Tennessee. This is all for tomorrow. And this is going from Texas all of Arkansas, southern half of Missouri, through Tennessee, North Carolina, both of the Carolinas here, and Georgia. So slight risk there for tomorrow. Tornado outlook, 2 to 4% probability. Anywhere in the green here from Texas, Arkansas, or towards Tennessee, a little bit of a break. And then you get a little bit more of a spot over here towards the Outer Banks of the North Carolina and inland from there. Severe wind, there is a more likelihood of significant wind, 60 to 75 miles per hour into Mississippi, Alabama, in through parts of Georgia. This is for Saturday, and that's why there was a risk upgrade for that area, because they're a little bit more confident that there could be some damaging straight line winds. And here's the hail outlook. There's no hatched area, but damaging hail could be possible an inch in diameter or greater for Saturday. Now, we're not done. All right, we go into Sunday. Pattern reloads back here in Texas under enhanced risk into Texas, southwestern Oklahoma for Sunday. And then as we get towards just a few towns here, actually, Lubbock again, Amarillo, Wichita Falls, Lawton, Oklahoma, over to Weatherford, Texas as well. Slight risk for Dallas, Fort Worth, Oklahoma City, Virginia Beach, Tulsa, Little Rock, Hot Springs, up here towards Harrison, Springfield, Missouri, St. Louis, and then over towards the southeast coast here of the Carolinas into Georgia. There is going to be some significant severe weather on Sunday, anywhere in this hatched area here. Probability of significant severe weather greater than 30%. Probability of significant severe weather, probably all modes on the table, tornadoes, very high winds, 60 to 75 plus miles per hour, and some dangerous large hail as we go forward. Now, as we go towards Monday, it's not over. Back here, we got a slight risk out for this is day 4 outlook. Parts of Arkansas into Louisiana, parts of most of Mississippi into Alabama. So any beachgoers down here across the Gulf Coast, you stay up on the weather as we go through Monday. Right. Rainfall totals. The latest from the Weather Prediction Center. Rainfall totals over the next 7 days. A lot of this is going to come by Monday. So fall by Monday. So a general 2 to 5 inches over most of Texas, Oklahoma, into Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, and then through parts of Georgia here. You get north of their general, basically half an inch to 2 inches possible across Missouri, and then possibly a little bit more than that over here towards Kentucky into Tennessee as well. Alrighty, this is the HRRR. This is what's going on right now. So this is basically right now. So southern Illinois into parts of Tennessee, Kentucky. Here's that first round of storms coming through. Changes back to the 18Z here. So as we go throughout the evening, see storms continue to develop in parts of Kentucky into Tennessee as they start rolling towards the east-southeast. And then a little bit of a break. And then as you can see out west here, you can see that, remember that system I circled at the beginning of this live. There's that system that's coming through the Rockies right now. This is where those supercells are going to start exploding across parts of eastern Colorado as we go towards 5 o'clock today. Here's 7 o'clock. See big supercells, especially if this came true. It'd be a very nasty supercell coming down towards the panhandle of Oklahoma here, and then more developing down here towards the south, western Texas, that is. And then this is all going to just continue to bubble up into a big line of storms. This is a first impulse that comes through here, a little impulse, and then here comes the next big line, big Boeing line of storms. This is 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Here's 5 o'clock. There's going to be a significant, probably flash flood threat if this comes true, especially across northern Oklahoma, southern Kansas, as this pulls through the area. Here is 6 o'clock in the morning, 7, very heavy rains, possibly some severe weather even into parts of Arkansas, southern Missouri. Rain and storms still ongoing back here into Oklahoma. That's what I'm saying. There could be a significant flash flood threat if this continues. So as we go towards 9 o'clock, this first big line is pressing east through northeastern Arkansas, southern Missouri, knocking on the door of Memphis as we go towards 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. Little Rock, you're going to get in on this as well, probably mid-morning tomorrow. And then this line starts consolidating again as we go to the afternoon. We have more heating, a lot more instability. So this line's going to reform basically and get stronger. And that's why that enhanced risk is out for parts of Mississippi into Alabama. As this big line of storms comes through. That's why they're thinking a bigger wind risk as we go into later, or actually Saturday afternoon. All right, then we got a little bit of a storms up here towards St. Louis, southeastern Iowa to northeastern Missouri as well for tomorrow. So something to keep an eye on because there could be some bigger storms rolling into St. Louis tomorrow evening. And then kind of a little bit of a break. And then as we go overnight, more storms going to develop as we go into Sunday. Let's see where those storms are developing here. And this model only goes out until 1 o'clock on Sunday, but there's going to be another complex develop somewhere across the south and then starts moving east-southeast across the area. All right. So basically, sum it up, flash flooding possible, especially tonight into tomorrow. Oklahoma into southern Kansas, possibly to Arkansas and southern Missouri, as continuous very heavy rainfall. And a lot of these areas are just, the ground is super saturated, so it's not going to take much for flash flooding. So stay up on the weather, stay weather aware there. Nonstop severe weather today, tomorrow, Sunday, and then into Monday as well. And then a general 2 to 5 plus inches, possibly locally 7 inches in a few of these spots, especially if you get training of storms across the area. So there's basically what's going to happen over the next few days. Stay weather aware. Stay up on our page as well. And if you've not followed our page on Facebook, hit that follow button as well. If you're over on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed over on YouTube as well. It's basically like following a page on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, hit all notifications. You'll be notified every time we post video content over on YouTube as well. As always, if you see our content in your feed, please make sure you're commenting or push that like button. It'll tell Facebook you want to see more of our content, and it'll continue to pull it up on top of your feed, basically. Otherwise, you scroll past it. Don't push that like button, comment. It's going to bury it, and you won't see it until possibly days later. So please react to our posts as you see them on your feed. That would really help out to try to get the word out here of all this weather that continues over the next few days. All right, stay safe, stay weather aware. We'll have more updates on our page. We usually post about every hour or so over there, going over all the latest on the risk for severe weather, rainfall. We've been checking on the tropics as well. There's just a lot going on right now. So stay up on our page, and please comment and to like our posts. That would be very helpful, and for you to get all the information, current information, that is, instead of days later. Thank you so much.